I missed you boys. I missed you guys. Genuinely missed you guys. What's up, Jaden? What's up, Chunk? Boy, Habib, Philip, Sticky Wiki, KG. Genuinely miss you guys, bro. Like straight up. What's up, Nick? What's up, Andy? What's up, chat? I genuinely miss you guys. Straight up. What's up, Alex? Mr. Safi, what's going on? What's up, bro? 3 wins, 1 break even, 2 L's for the week. So that's 6 trades for the week. Nice. Is this useful if we don't trade futures? If you don't trade futures, I think it will be useful because if you do want to check it out later down the line, then at least you can just get a feel for how it works or how it operates. And you know, the entry model and the strategy is obviously the same, but the only differences that are noticeable are frequency and time. So I'll go through that today. It's not going to be probably be like a half an hour, 40-minute masterclass. It won't be too long today. Do we have a live on Wednesday? Yes, we did. I still got to post it. What's up, Taj? What's up, MX? Paso, what's going on? You up to much tonight? Watching at the gym? Nice, boy. Got baptized this morning. Congratulations, Wimpy. Happy to hear that. What's up, Calman? What's up, Ben? Kyle, MJ, Moritz, Robbo, ET, Tactical Wank. Stop it, you're making me blush. Nah, I genuinely miss you guys, bro. You know, I just miss you guys. That's all. That's all it is. What's up, Nadesh? Zachariah? I'm alright, bro. How are you? What's up, Rhino? What's going on, Noah? JC's not too bad, bro. Just enjoying it, you know, enjoying the weather. What's up, Tori? AT? What's going on, Nori? Nori and Tori. Jai, what's going on? Mike, Stolby, Max. How do we go this week, chat? Before we jump into it, I want to know how we went. I think 3 or 4 people got funded this week, so big congratulations to those people. I'm alright. Stolby, I just miss the boys, to be honest. You know, whenever in doubt, just trust the boys, you know. Genuinely miss you guys, bro. Straight up. What's up, George? So how do we go this week, chat? Let me know. Nice, mate. Hopefully you're enjoying it, bro. Decent week, hit loads of good trades, but also went to 1%, which made some of my trades, which I would have taken on the funded into a forward test, which killed me. Yeah, that would have killed me too, bro, if I was doing 1% on a funded. Yeah, just a bit MIA, but I think it was Wednesday and Thursday. I was Obviously, I was doing the questions and the answers and the markups and all that stuff, but I didn't even forward test on Wednesday and Thursday. Actually, no, after the live session. So after the live session, that's when I went MOA until like Thursday night. So I just took like 24 hours away from the charts basically, just to reset. What's up, Manags? Bang of a week, yeah, Rob. I saw that. Congratulations, bro. A good week from you. What's up, Snow? 2 W's and 2 L's. Nice, Hazy. Enjoy down this week. Not even gonna cap. That's alright, bro. As long as you can try finish the month in the green, then that's the best thing you can do. Every month that I've had this year that's been green, I don't think I've, oh well, technically I have because I just traded 1 week. So technically it's just been 1 green week. Except January. January I've messed up the first half of the month and went down 15%. Hit 210 on the forward test and was at my daily drawdown because of 1%. Now moving back to 0.5. Nice. As much as you can, put like a couple hundred's like the bare minimum, but if you can do more, it'll be better. Do you still enter on the seconds time frame? Seconds, rejection candle, whatever it may be. Confirm your trade in many ways. My weeks are getting better and better, and got 3 W's and 2 L's and 2 break evens, and I saw there's much more room for improvement. Always room for improvement. Everywhere in life. 4% on the Fundo challenge, stoked with how the week went. Still missed some good opportunities. It's alright, solid week, 4%. Can't be too angry about 4% in the week. 5 W's, 3 L's and 4 break evens, nice. Quite a lot of volume there. Thoughts on risking points, that just depends on your maximum drawdown if you're comfortable with it. I'm pretty sure if you risk that, you're probably sitting at somewhere around a 10% maximum drawdown. Good week, 15 risk to reward or so. Personal, starting on the personal for next month, nice. Can you quickly go through how you're using TradingView for futures with the risk? I just execute on the TradingView screen and then I'll just adjust the because the market's paused right now, it's not going to show. So I'll just adjust it from having a stop loss. For example, when you enter, it'll show you on the screen. You can set a take profit, stop loss. You set the stop loss at your protected structure or whatever. And then if it's too much risk, then you just drop the sizing a little bit and it'll slide. So you can see how much you're risking. So it's pretty simple on TradingView. Me using 15-second time frame actually quite underrated. Nice. 15-second is a gem for sure. Just join premium. Should I go start going through all the past masterclasses? Yes, you should. Has the market ever stressed you out? Just looking at it in your unprofitable stage, every day I was stressed out. Every day I was stressed out. What should be asking me, was there a day I wasn't stressed out? So for all the before we get into it for today, for all the people that are new, just make sure you go through the masterclasses as well as all the other content in the Discord and go from old to new and start from where it says masterclass, so right here. Start from there, start working your way down. That'll teach all the concepts. So today we're just going to have a short one, just going to go through NQ. Alright, so it's not going to be a jam-packed masterclasses because we're only doing 2 days of price action. We're going to go through 2 days of price action and we're only doing New York. And you can see New York is highlighted in the grey. Okay? Is Fund the Pips legit? From what I've seen, I think it's alright. I think it's okay. Could you go through how to set break even on trades? Go through the last masterclass I did. I went through it on there and the one before that as well. Alright, cool. So, bottom line is we're only going to go through 2 days of price action, Thursday and Friday. We're only going through New York. So, my findings with futures is that throughout Asia and most of London, it's pretty dead. So there's literally no point in actually trying to attempt anything because, for example, if you just look on the screen right here, right, just to emphasize my point, after spread hour, so Asia, all the way to London, a little bit of London, and then we stay in that range, and then New York takes us out of the range, right? Now, if you're trying to trade it here, you're obviously going to get chopped up. And sometimes, price might give a decent Asia, like here it looks decent, right? But for the most part, from what I've seen, this doesn't happen a lot, and this is the more common factor. So given that, more often than not, we're going to have conditions like these. Just makes sense just to come in come in New York, around New York. I'm not saying come in right at the start of New York. You can maybe come in like an hour before and then look around there for a setup that leads into New York, but doesn't have to come into New York straight away. It just has to be in the vicinity. I usually like to look around an hour before New York and see what's going on. But I haven't really touched futures this week, but nevertheless, we're going to go through it. So when you're on futures, you just use this buy and sell, and then it'll give you the risk management on here. I'll give you a calculator. I'm following my plan still, just cover and protect the structure, covering zones. And if it's too high of a risk, then I just drop the lot size or the trade size or whatever it is, and I'll drop it down just a little bit. It should be on a standard of one contract or whatever it is, and then you can just drop it down if you like. Alright, cool. So let's get straight into it. So we will start it off from the 4 hour and the daily. These are going to be our external factors, and we can see that to the left we have price, broke structure. That's the last visible place that we've broken structure, right? I mean, if you want to count this, you can count this. It'll be a fail break structure. If you don't count it, it'll just be a regular continuation. So either way, both works well for us. So all we're doing here is just determining a bias. That's all we're doing, right? Daily protected low. Not using DXY for this as well, so that's also something I want to bring up with you guys. I'm not really focused on using DXY here because it doesn't really correlate that well from what I've found. And there you go, I already have a question as I was answering it. So I do not use DXY, just a higher time frame for my external factors, and that's it. So we can see price has respected this protected low, 15-minute order flow shift, and we quite clearly put in a new high here on the daily. Internally, we had some form of pullback. Didn't really play off a valid demand over here, but now we had a 15-minute order flow shift and we pushed up higher. So given what's happened here with the information I've just told you, we've just had a daily break structure, protected low, fell break structure because we respected our protected low over here. And now, because we're respecting this protected low of this external structure over here, we now have a weak high over here. And we just got in a new internal high over here. We had a pullback, 30-minute order flow shift, 15-minute order flow shift, we push up higher, and now there's an internal weak high, right? So bottom line is, there's not really a point to look for shorts this week, the week that's just passed, because we had this weak internal high over here, we had this weak high over here. We have not closed above fully for a break of structure over here, so could push down, but in terms of how price was going to move, it was going to take out this weak high or this weak high, because we failed to put in a new low. 30-minute order flow shift, we shift bullish and we move up higher. So we just determined our external factors here. We know there's weak highs on the board, and that can be work as a target. It can help with our bias, and now we drop into the 15-minute, 30-minute. So here we go. Okay, perfect. So from 10:30, cool. So everything we have here on the screen, I'm gonna break it down for you guys. 30-minute break structure, alright? That's our last visible 30-minute breaker structure, which is the external break structure. Everything else is pullback, internal. You have the protected low. Now, again, all we have here in these boxes is the New York Open and the New York Open. That's it. I'm not interested. If I'm trading futures, my personal plan that I've been rocking with is I'm not touching anything else. We have AUD USD to deal with during the day if you are still trading for the month, and we don't need to add this into it. Even if I wasn't trading AUD USD during the day, I want to enjoy my day. I don't want to stress out and be trading this BS throughout the day. So we know that price is clearly bullish and we're pushing up higher, right? And we know that there's a weak high over here to the left, right? All the way over here to the left. So we know that price is going to push up. And if price is pushing up and our externals align for it, does it not make sense to take advantage of bullish order flow? Now, like I said in the beginning, the main differences between AUD USD and this is frequency and time. AUD USD can pop off during the day. For the most part, Asia, when conditions are good. For the most part, for NQ, conditions are good around New York, right? So these are just my observations. So obviously, New York kicks off around here. Everything beforehand, not really too much going on over here. London seems pretty dead. And then New York kicks off and we get some structure, right? So remember, same principles apply. We alternate between our 1 minute and we alternate between our 3 minute time frame. Now, on the 1 minute, we do have that structure break over here, but then we see that there's a potential break structure on the 1 minute. So for somebody that doesn't cycle their time frames and check their neighboring time frames, so let's say that I'm not looking at my 3 minute and you see something like this, you see this rejection candle over here coming off the supply, and you're like, okay, cool, there's a nice entry for a short here, let me take the short, right? Because look, it's just coming right off it, there's some inducement, looks good, yeah, entry model looks good. But because we don't cycle our time frames, we end up getting pretty much taken out of it straight away, right? Because price will continue to push up. But when we cycle our time frames, this is where we see the bigger picture. So we go into the 3 minute. Remember, it showed us a break structure, but have a look into the 3 minute, and there's no structure break over here. So now we have some information over here. There's a potential weak high because we failed to close below. And just remember, one of the big points that I want to emphasize when we're looking at NQ and conditions are good, we're just following order flow, right? Obviously determining our external factors, we know that longs are going to pop off. And with that in mind, if order flow is also bullish, then follow order flow until it doesn't work. So, first entry model, right? I don't see any other entry models here. The only entry models that are showing up here are just bullish ones. So 3 minute breaker structure, and we've got the internal protected low over here. First entry model of New York. Let's go off the rejection candle. So big nice rejection candle over here. And at least covering the protected low. So the entry comes after the internal protected low, right? Comes after it. Or you can use seconds there, it's whatever you guys like, right? But bottom line is, we tested the protected low and we closed above. Cool. We rejected it. And we're not doing anything too crazy, right? There's only a limited amount of time to actually, look for setups in New York for this. I've only got us marked up till 4 o'clock, right? 4 o'clock's the absolute latest. I don't even trade till 4. Usually my cutoff is like 2 o'clock in the morning, but we'll keep it going till 4. So first setup that comes up is actually this, right? 3 minute internal protected low. We sweep the protected low, and then we push up and we take the weak high. Obviously right after that, we get another 3 minute break structure. And again, cycle between time frames just to see if there's something else that we're missing. So 3 minute structure break, push all the way up, we have a pullback. We don't really get any entry models here, so we'll have a look into the 3 minutes, see if there's any valid demand zones for us. Realistically, there's not a whole lot that is valid for us here. Only other possible setup that you could probably consider would be something like this, and even then the pricing isn't really that good here, but still get some form of rejection candle off of it. So realistically, if you're looking for this, probably be covering the zone or something, and you probably think this is a potential weak high, and it eventually will be, and you can look to target that. So realistically, you'd probably get taken out of this one, so 3.3 and a 2.2, but this one will probably end up getting taken out. Obviously price continues up higher. We eventually break structure, so price fails to break above there, and remember, we're still respecting our protected lows. We're still pushing up higher. We eventually break structure over here, 3 minute. But in Thursday's New York session, realistically, there's only 2 entry models that really present themselves. That's it. And as surprising as that is, that's literally what we get. We're not going to get anything else, too crazy. That's literally how it is. It'll be like 1, 2, 3 if you're lucky. Like proper high quality setups with an entry model, external factors making sense. It's just going to look like this, right? Literally only 2 entry models that are there for us. And then we look on the 15 minute, 30 minute. We eventually run the weak high over here to the left. That clearly gets run. Order flow stays bullish. And then obviously price tops out here at 4 o'clock. And then we have a correction. And we move into Asia. And again, not interested in Asia. Not interested in London. Skipping through all of that. But now, obviously, New York kicks off around here, right? And there's a setup here. Now the setup is using a structure from London. And like I said, that's fine. We can use a setup leading into New York. That's something we can use. So we have a nice 30-minute break structure over here. And we have an internal protected high over here. Right? So obviously we're in the middle of some form of correction. And the thing is with this, there's no higher time frame weak structure to actually target. So we're just gonna have to focus on what's given to us over here, just our regular internal weak lows over here, because obviously the external side of things is bullish. So we know that we're in the middle of a correction here, right? So literally 10:30, as soon as New York kicks off, come into that internal protected high, into that 30-minute. So we genuinely get a setup here, and we see that we fail to close above. Price did not respect this up candle. And we'd have the refinement, so we can have some inducement at the very least. But bottom line is, we're not respecting it. Price just blitzes all the way through. We sweep that protected high, and now we have some form of weak low over here. Now, as soon as price fails to close above, to look for a potential setup. So we used 104 points over there, so let's keep it consistent and use 104. And then we can just look to target something simple, the week low. So we jump onto the 30-minute, 1 minute. So we know this 30-minute high time frame setup continuation is just formed. We know that there is a week low over here. So that's all we're looking to target. And on the lower time frame, there's actually not a lot of setups. There's not really anything here that's making sense, right? We know that price is in the middle of correction or respecting 30-minute, 50-minute bearish order flow, but there's not really anything else we can look at here. I mean, could look at it from this standpoint, 1 minute break of structure here, but it's not there on the 3-minute, and we come into the protected high and then we head down lower. But it's a lot cleaner to look at it on the 15-minute and 30, because it's right there. 30-minute break of structure, comes into the protected high, and we respect it and we continue down lower. So obviously we break structure over here, we push all the way through on the 30-minute. Is there any other entry models here for us? Not really. Price is just pushing all the way down. That's the last bit of broken structure over here. Then we have some form of push down, lower time frame order flow shift. We shift bullish once again. So we can keep in mind that at least on the 1 minute and the 3-minute, our last position where we broke structure was over here. And that would mean that we have a protected piece of structure over here. And also, is there any other valid supply zones over here? I mean, we can use this wick. This wick's unmitigated. And also following our criteria, does it check out on the 1 minute? And you can see it does. There's a 1 minute supply POI here too. So it makes perfect sense. So realistically, if price is having its correction and there's no other valid supply zones over here except for the one at the protected high, then it's a fair estimate that we know that price is going to play into that. And in the middle of that bullish order flow that's shifted to fulfill the correction, there's a 1 minute continuation over here. Now this one's not really visible on the 3-minute, right? So that's pretty much the only flaw with this particular setup over here. But let's say that you missed the short over here, you know price is in a correction, you have this marked up, and then you see this form on the 1 minute, so you're like, okay, I don't think price is going to react off any of these supply zones over here because they're not high quality by my criteria. So probability is that we're most likely going to head towards a protected high at the very least, or this 3-minute, 1 minute supply zone. If you're happy with that, you can look to take that 1 minute with the internal protected low, and you see price tags into the upper percentile of the zone. We sweep some inducement. And realistically, it's up to you where you want to target with this. As long as you're covering the protected low, we can use a 105 point stop loss again. If you're just looking to come up into the zone at the very least, we can do that. Price ultimately makes its way through, break structure again. That's when we can set to break even. And then we eventually come into this protected high over here. We see that price respects it. So there's actually a potential setup over here for us because price comes up, blitzes all the way through. Then we reject the protected high, test it, close below. And now there's a potential weak low for us all the way down here. All the way down here. So we can look to potentially target that. But Price does its thing, dicks around towards the end of New York, and this one actually ends up being a break even because we eventually break structure. Okay, it'll be a clearer break structure in the 3 minute, yep. So we eventually move to break even over here when we break structure. So this ends up coming back and taking us out of break even. And that's all there is. 3 setups for Friday New York and 2 setups for Thursday New York. So it's a little bit weird because you usually you guys are used to a lot of volume, but from what I've been looking at, trading New York with futures and all that, this is what a standard day looks like. It's not going to be anything too crazy. You're not going to get a lot of setups, and it's just going to look something like this. Might be 1 win, might be 1 loss, might be 2 wins, might be 2 losses, might be a break even and a break even, but it's just going to look something like this. And that's probably the main difference. Like I highlighted at the start, it's your frequency. You're not going to have a setup every day, and if there is a setup, it'll probably be 1 or 2 if you're lucky. So to recap, New York on Thursday. Remember, externals are bullish coming into this Thursday. We know that price is still bullish, order flow is still bullish. Why not take advantage of it? That's the idea, thought process behind this. And we're just looking for our entry models, and we see price respects the 3 minute protected low, 3.3. We push up, we get another entry model off a shittier zone, but and that comes out at -1. So up plus 2.32. Coming into the end of this New York on the Thursday, we skip Asia, skip all that, and then we get this. Coming into New York, we have a setup. And the reason why this 30 minute and 15 minute setup comes at New York is because we ranged throughout the whole day. You can see here we trended throughout the whole day, so that's why it opens up the door for lower time frame continuations. And over here we ranged throughout the whole day, so it makes sense to look for that 15 minute 30 minute continuation. That's what I've covered in the master classes before. With your trending conditions, most of the action is going to be on the lower time frame. When it's ranging, most of the action is going to be setting up for a high time frame setup. So we get a plus 3.19. Price pushes all the way down. Literally no entry models we can physically take on the way down. Then we have our order flow shift. We start recovering. We're still within bearish lower time frame order flow. Bearish lower time frame structure. So respecting protected highs. We have an entry model that forms on the lower time frame on the 1 minute. Makes sense. Conservative take profit target at the supply zone because we have no other valid supply zones to the left. So we can get a plus 2. And then we get one more setup at the end of the night, keeping our original short bias intact. Price comes in, messes around at the entry for a bit, move to break even. But by that time, not really a lot of try to avoid the end of New York because it leads into Asia, so I'm not really too keen on it, but ends up coming up and taking us out at break even, and then it just dicks around for a little bit. So that ends up being a break even, that ends up being plus 2, plus 3. This one ends up being a loss, and this one ends up being a win. So it's a very different pace, and it will take some getting used to. I'm still getting used to it, but literally most of the volume, most of the good conditions are packed into this time in the market, because obviously Nasdaq is stocks, right? So when your stock market opens, obviously it's going to impact this. Does that make sense, chat? A little bit of a different one. You're not really chucking up trades with this. It's completely different. You've only got realistically just a couple to play with, a couple of setups to play with for the first couple of hours in New York, and that's it. That's it. So overall, in the 2 days of price action for Thursday and Friday with futures, it comes out at 7.51% or risk to reward. 7.51 risk to reward. Does that make sense, chat? Very different pace, no Asia, no London, purely New York. And nothing too crazy, just using the continuation models, targeting weak structure, and that's it. In and out, taking what's there. If there's no other entry models that form, can't take anything. Have you had a look at what other days play out like? Yes, I have, but I still want to stick with the consistency of Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday is always going to be a bigger day because all the news for the high impact news for New York, for the US dollar and all that stuff, it's all packed towards Thursday and Friday. CPI, NFP, they all fall on like a Thursday or Friday. I think I prefer Forex for now. That's alright, bro. All good, Manags. So the one benefit I could probably think of for futures, for people that don't have the time to be on the charts every day, that's where it becomes pretty helpful. That's alright, ET. It all gotta start somewhere, bro. So just breaking everything down in a systematic way, going from the 4 hour, daily, breaking down the external factors, and then obviously, we got the weak highs that we're working with, jumping down to the 15 minute, 30 minute, breaking it down with the external structure. Yes, we're bullish, we're still respecting protected lows, we pushed up all the way through, even in this New York, took advantage of lower time frame bullish order flow, then we ranged, and a high time frame setup came off of the range, and then we looked for another low time frame setup, and we had one more, and that ended up being a break even. And just remember, I know it might not feel right when you're taking less trades, but trust me, it's effective. That's why I've kept a good track record this year, is because I don't trade every day in a risk on environment anymore, unless it's a disposable funded account. For your actual track record, and that should be your baby, and you should take care of that. Shouldn't be putting that into a risk on environment every single day. Make your monthly percentage, that's it, cool, call it a month. Is everything I need to cover in the session vault? Yeah, go through the session vault and then go through the other channels that break down the concepts as well under the trading pool category. I only got time in New York session, this will help a lot. Yeah, can you explain the difference between a lot and a trade size? It's pretty much the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Alright, let's go through the alerts and then we should be good. So alright, cool. So this is where we're at on the daily for AU. Still haven't cleared the highs, so it'll be important to look at 15 minute, 30 minute order flow. Come to the 30 minute over here, we've still broken structure. Did we break structure on the 1 hour? Yeah, okay, cool. So it's still bullish over here. However, we're respecting these lows over here, so we might have a weak high. So happy to have an alert down here. And there's a potential weak high over here, so we may push up. So happy to have that alert there as well. Cool. And in terms of DXY, this is where we're at. If you guys remember on the daily, got that failed breaker structure coming off here. Okay, let me switch. Here we go. This is what we got for the daily on DXY. Daily, fail break structure, protected low. Still respecting it, still not closing below, so very important. Keep an eye out on the 15-minute, 30-minute order flow. Because this, I can't emphasize it enough, because we're failing to break these lows, and if we do respect it, then it's going to be a potential swing move from here. So I'm happy to have it at these highs. If we break structure up here, happy days. And if we break the lows, and then we know we're going to obviously head down a lot lower. So those are my alerts, chat, for that, and just pretty much just want to do a soft masterclass on trading NQ with our concepts and all that stuff. So just remember, key takeaways from today: only really active during New York, not really a point in wasting your time to go through it in Asia and London. Expect no more than 3 setups a day. Even that, 2 setups would be considered pretty lucky. And also just remember, a setup can form off the structure from London or something like that. For example, here, 30-minute internal protected high. This actually came from Asia, this structure, and then this came up into the protected high, and we respected it. Yeah, just gotta watch it, bro. Just a soft class on going through NQ, how to use the concepts of it. So to all the futures traders, or to all the people that want to try it, all the people that joined to know how the strategy works with futures and all that stuff, it's not going to be high volume. You'd be lucky to just get a trade or 2 a day if you're just focusing on here, but still effective, because you can still get away with 7.51 risk to reward in 2 days. And realistically, chat, that's only here. Our work is done in about an hour, and over here, our work is done in about 5 hours. So 6 hours of work for 7.1 risk to reward. 100k funded, and you get 7.51 risk to reward on that, that's 7 grand. So 7 grand for 6 hours of work, if you want to put it like that. Yeah. Are you going to be doing AD USD again next week? I'll see what the boys want. You guys just let me know what you want and I'll do it, alright? So that's going to wrap it up for today, chat. Would you ever do a similar masterclass but for crypto? Nah, not for crypto. It's not viable enough. There's not enough volume. It ranges too much. So it's just not. Market's not going to go anywhere on that. It'll just have the breakouts. It'll move like a motherfucker, and then it would just consolidate for another month or so. But we're going to wrap it up for today, chat. Just wanted to show you guys how the concepts work on NQ, because it was highly crested. And it's nothing too crazy, but less is more. And I know it feels weird. I know you're like, oh, I want to be taking trades every day. I want to be taking trades this Asia, London, New York. But this is the best way to maintain profitability, in my opinion. Well, at least that's the best way I've been able to do it this year. It's just by focusing on less and not spamming trades and just waiting for an entry model to appear. So on Thursday and Friday, 6 hours of work, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 entry models appeared in 2 days, just from New York. So it's a little bit of a different one. Fight the addiction to trade every day, please. Do your best. Can you upload the Wednesday classes? Yeah, I will, bro. All good, Moritz. Thank you, Jaden. Sucks that NY is so late. It is late, but most of the action comes in pretty early. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Chunk. Thank you, Jez. I guess because there's less setup, you can even risk a bit higher. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Definitely. You could. Just depends on your maximal drawdown as always. That's, the main principle, but less room for error, I guess, if you want to play with the 2%. Like, for example, if you're playing with 2% and you only want to trade twice, you can just use 1% risk. And if you take two losses, then that's alright, you're still following your rules. So that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. I don't even know what ADUSD futures are, bro. I haven't even dabbled into that. All good, Alyssa. Thank you, LMC. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Rhino. Thank you, Oscar. Alright, boys. Thank you for tuning in. For the people that requested futures, there you go. Throughout the week, let me know what you want to see next Sunday, and I'll see you boys on the Wednesday live stream. Probably going to be doing ADUSD at the same time at 4 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you tune in. And hopefully you learned a little bit today. And even if you don't trade futures, I hope you understood the power of just trading less and just sticking to your plan. Thank you, young boy. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lucky. Alright, boys. Look up M6A1. Have me worried, bro. Sounds like a machine gun. Thank you, Nathan. Alright, boys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you learned a little bit today. And I'll catch you boys in the next one, alright?